Previously on KIMBA TV. Okay, so this has to get turned into support. Once that does, you get this guy. Once you get this guy, you get this guy, and you get this guy. And then after that, you're looking at the ready, set, go, and the RTH gap. So levels to, that's your first sort of smaller time frame level. That's your next level of interest. That's your next level of interest. That's your next level of interest. If it goes back down, the only other long that you could possibly think about taking would be the SFP of the low of yesterday. Because if it's not an SFP, then I'll see you at 108.
KIMBA.
Yeah, how we doing? It's mathematics.
Present emoji, morning.
What the fuck was that? Bivum, did you gift something? God damn it. Bivum just gifted 3 mugs. He not playing, y'all. He not playing. Joy! Exclamation enter. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. Hey, y'all better be juicing. Y'all better be juicing out there. Yo, how the fuck? Nancy isn't even trying to hide this shit no more, chat. Nancy ain't even trying to hide this manipulation. The fuck is this?
I'm juicing.
The fuck is this? Chat. Kachaya, go get that. Go get it. Go get it, chat. Go get it. Pink. Go get that thing. Go get that no mames. Go get that no mames. Go get that 886-618 rotate. Go get it. Quit playing. Math. I do believe that's the last thing that we drew. Yeah, pixel. No mames. How would Lions quit playing with me? What do you guys think? Preparation, meeting opportunity. That's how we juice. What do you think? Preparation, meeting opportunity. That's how we juice. How crazy is it that we were talking about Thursday, Friday? I'm not afraid to short up here. Thursday, Friday, this is our TP for the long. Thursday, Friday, we're not scared of shorting this. Nitrogen, I'm telling you, everything is planned out days in advance. Yeah, so the only thing with the Bitcoin short is we just haven't gotten to the level that we want. Why do we want that single print? So, and obviously, just like we were ready down here, if it doesn't grab the single print, then it's one thing. It's extra bearish if it doesn't grab that single print. If it grabs that single print, maybe there's a chance that it could do something like this. But if it doesn't grab the single print and it just starts going, then I wouldn't try to long here or here. I would look for lower. But we're right here, though. No mames is right there. That's your T. 117 is basically your TP. Let me get caffeinated, man. Quit playing with me, Nitrogen. What the fuck? What do you mean? What's your next short? TDW says Bonk pixeled your TA. Oh yeah, I was watching that too. Look. I took it. Yeah, I took it. Ain't that some shit?
It's just math, bro. How long did this shit take me? How long did this shit take me? How long did this shit take me? Yo, what the fuck? Is this man giving away 30?
Present emoji, quit playing with me.
Yo, the fulfillment center doesn't even have 30 mugs. Yo, the fulfillment center doesn't even have 30 mugs. Exclamation enter. Sir, I can't pull over any farther. Sir, I can't put work. 30 mugs? What the fuck? A kachoy. Everybody better be typing exclamation. Yeah, I took this one too. I mean, it was obviously like who was the one that was like, "Yo, what should we do about Bonk?" First things first. Can we give it up for the July 24th alert? Can we give it up for the July 24th alert? You didn't have to watch the stream yesterday. You could have just been here for July 24th. July 24th, live, timestamp right there in front of you. We set an alert for 00002409. That's the red line right there. That was the alert. Yesterday, JV said, hey, JV said, your bonk alert went off. Can you do some TA? JV, how long did it take me to do the TA on bonk? JV, how long did it take me to do the TA? Obviously, I did the homework on July 24th, and I already knew the 2409 level, right? I already knew the 2409 level, right? So even though I didn't get pixel perfect entry, right? All it took me was 15 minutes of math, bro. I had the higher time frame already planned out. On July 24th, I put the bonk alert. Okay? I double checked everything. Is it above VWAP? Where are we in terms of value area high? What does the open interest look like? And then after that, it was just structure change. I drew the yellow line. I have pixel perfect entry off of the yellow line. If I hadn't done all of that shit live yesterday, JV, and if I showed up today and I said, bro, I have entry at 2416, would you believe me? Because this is why people like Mario were born. I wasn't holding everybody's hand. But bro, I set the alert July 24th, right? You told me to look at bonk again. You said, is it a good long? 15 seconds worth of math. And I needed to not be at train station for the next move. Got you. No, I mean, it's, it's coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I would say that the number one thing that probably you should take into consideration next time is this. That is a buying tail. And I would never expect you to get along on something like that, but this looks like it trapped shorts. This is exactly what the fuck I want to see, like right here. I want to see this shenanigan. Give me that shit right here. Yeah, but I don't think you did anything wrong. I would just say maybe next time, that's a pretty fucking bullish reaction. And so you might want to be patient and be like, is this bitch actually gonna go into value area? Is this bitch gonna actually get back into value? That's what you should be thinking if you were gonna think about shorting it. And maybe, go way beyond a Fibonacci golden pocket short. It needed to start with like value. And if you really were gonna short it, it was, it had to have been you're not going to get back inside type of. So, I mean, and even then it kind of, so yeah, that's a hard one. That's okay. I don't think you did anything wrong. In fact, I think you did everything great. You had a plan, you executed, you managed risk. And when you had the opportunity to close it, you minimized your losses and you did the right thing. But John Cotta, that was sick though, right? Imagine if the poor and weak guy didn't say anything. I didn't stop the music and tell him like, yo, this is what you're looking at, short, smaller time frame. And obviously, you know, like the more time that you spend inside of value, the probability, you know, continues to grow. You probably want to pay attention to S&P confluence, although it's not exactly like one-to-one correlation, but you know, you've got GEX, you've got the lowest gamma, so at least like to be able to penetrate point of control, you would think, come on, man, at least get back above 63.30. Help me out. And then we have 53 minutes until power hour. So Sophia says this without S&P. Yeah, it's a little weird, right? Yeah, but this is also like pretty typical. It's not going to be pixel perfect. In my Lithuania world, ES does this at the exact same time Bitcoin does this, right? Good choice, Sophia. Yeah, that would have been fucking amazing. No brainer. I would have been on a huge ass short on both. You know, but one had to do it a little bit earlier. You know, one had open interest signifying that it could go. One was a little bit late. You can go back and rewind the stream, and I'm saying I'm gonna wait on the short until, you know, like the buying pressure starts to drop off, and it did. But by the time it did, it was already too late. I didn't get any sort of bearish retest. I thought maybe we could get this or even that would have been fucking amazing. You know, couldn't even grab that. Fuck my life. You know, and then not only are we leaving that single print behind, we might be leaving the single print behind on CME. So it's like, dude, God. But that's okay. The like how it all plays out, the execution, it's always gonna vary, you know? Even with all that preparation, this is the end result. So it's okay. But that's what I mean. At least we're not getting got. What do you guys think about it, though? How many people in some S&P shorts? Please tell me some of you guys at least have a little thangity-thang S&P short. Did everybody pussyfoot like me? No, right? Anybody juice on this a little bit? A little bit? It's okay if you didn't, because I totally fumbled it. Fuck! That's juice, though. That's juice, though. That's juice, though, chat. Boris says blind limit already cooked me. I'm gonna let me before we jam out, Boris. Like, I don't know what, Boris. I don't give a shit if you take the short or not. Okay? What I do want you to understand is, one, there is no trade that we take that hasn't been talked about and prepared for. Both on the smaller, the medium, the higher time frame, right? And I would never expect you to put blind limits and get pixel perfect top and all this stuff. Like, you know, we can do stuff like, hey, want to see a magic trick bullshit? But that's just all fun and games. You should never incorporate shit like that into like your standard protocol on trading. You know, that's a little bit gambling. The right thing to do is to wait until it loses the box, right? But I am not, like, I'm not going to long this bitch. You know what I mean? And you can't lose money if you miss a trade. But if you fuck up and get got, that's an easy way to make money. And I don't really care about you taking longs or shorts. It's really more about just don't get got. Please don't get got, brother. you know, because I don't want you to fall for a trap and then get shipped off to the San Diego Zoo. You know what I'm saying? And then your ass is neutered, you know, or they force you to breed with what they think is a female lion, but it's actually a male. And you're like, what the fuck is this shit? You know, went on a little bit of a tangent. I just don't want you to get trapped. You know what I mean? You need to be here in Lithuania with us. But it's really just about identifying the levels, because it's not like I'm just randomly making up these levels. It's like these are all Fibonacci, VWAP, you know, extensions, whatever. And then just being patient and then taking it if it looks good. So what do you think? Do you see why I'm waiting to see if we lose that box down there? And really, it's not about this. This will be your guide during Macaulay, but you need to understand why that is so important for CME while CME is on. So, and remember, you're not going to have like your entry or stop or whatever. Like, you're not going to know in the first 30 minutes. So be patient with it. Execute. Daffy, bro, I don't ask a lot of questions. I'm more the guy in the background listening and searching on my own, but you helped me so much with emotional and TA wise. That's awesome, Daffy. That's great. I feel like sometimes I get a little bit too carried away because I get bored or impatient myself, you know, because I'm not perfect. But I get a little bit distracted with like the lettuce and the music. But it's only because I feel like there's so much preparation that we already did. We literally have nothing else to do other than just sit here and hang out and socialize. Yeah, Moses says my stop loss was too tight in the long yesterday. That's okay, Moses. Yeah. So yeah, this is a interesting short area, Moses. The only thing that is fucked about this is that RTH is closed. So whatever the fuck it does tonight, the best thing, in my opinion, to look at would be, does it close below here? Yes or no? Yeah, and if you have, like, not financial advice, but most people that trade CME, it would be like, let me try to get into entries here. But like, worst case, that's the market. That's your stop loss. Obviously, you can't do that during Macaulay, which is going to be in 45 minutes. Not bad. I did like 90% of the work, I feel like. So now it's just kind of up to you on if, you know, you're thinking it, you're feeling it, you know, is that what you wanted to do? I mean, the level is fucking nice. I think the level is really nice. So, you know, check. You know what I mean? The only thing, again, is that in 45 minutes, you're going to have Macaulay. Macaulay could probably sweep that high, right? So take it, you know, put your stop loss, manage it. Yeah, 45 more minutes. Yeah, too bad they couldn't do this shit like 11 o'clock in the morning or something, right? 10 o'clock in the morning. It had to be the last 5 minutes of RTH close. Huh. What is Macaulay? In 45 minutes, all TradFi is going to be paused. Okay? So CME, Bitcoin, S&P futures, gold, dollar, okay? All futures are going to be paused for an hour. The only thing that will be trading is crypto. So have you ever seen the movie Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin? So it's kind of like the parents are gone and crypto is going to just do whatever the fuck. Yeah, Sol I think is going to go higher. ETH I think is going to go higher. I would just be patient with a Bitcoin short. I would wait until it loses that level because it's probably going to maybe do like a trident or remember, we want to see something like this, you know? So obviously that is going to be in the no mames line now. So you want to see a Can we give it up for this goddamn box and these lines? What do you think? And where's my boy 21 slippage? Crawling out of the depths of hell on that soul. Boy, where is 21 slippage right now? KIMBA, I added. No. I'm almost juicing. That's just as bad. Oh, I said what I needed to say, my boy. I said what I needed to say already, so I'm going to stick to it. I love you. I'm rooting for you. Okay? But if you do end up closing that trade in the red, I am going to find you on the streets of Lithuania and slapping the shit out of you.
You just said.
All right. Let's see how long I can push it extra. You guys okay? $175.50 TP. I love it. I love it. So this is so 21 slippage. Let me ask you this. Let's just do like a Fibonacci quiz, okay? You have this pulled, correct? Left to right, high to low. Okay? And I want you to magnetize it so it's pixel perfect. Okay? So forget the fact that it's pixel fucking another KIMBA's useless lines, okay? But from a mathematical perspective, 21 slippage, you want 175.50, aka higher, right? So what would you need as a bull to hold? And if this closes below the 7.5, we're going to go with the candle close, which means that it can rotate all the way back down to the 0.5. So that would be worst case scenario. Okay? You have this? So let's take it level by level. And you need to give up if you feel like you're going to start spending time below 170.25. That would be the sort of mathematical way to go about it. You could obviously throw in a little bit of VWAP. Yeah, it's going to end up being like you can't lose this. Maybe worst case, you allow for this. There you go. So if you close any candles below here, you're done. It was a good try. And as long as you can stick to it, God bless. Let's go. And you said 175.10? Awesome. Dude, look at that. Look at that. That's your 1.25. So as long as you can stay above here, EM says just shorted ETH. Uh-oh. Just be careful. I will join you on an ETH short if it SFPs 41 hundo. You're not, by the way, trying to short altcoins because you think Bitcoin is going to pull back is a huge mistake. So no, I'm not like fucking with you. I'm not like trying to pick on you, but just because I've gotten fucked like that. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? just because you think Bitcoin is going to pull back, and even if it is pulling back, shorting altcoins because you think Bitcoin is going to dump too is a really risky move, especially when the altcoin Bitcoin pair is looking bullish. So I'm gonna still root for you, brother. I genuinely just want to make sure like you don't get got. And boy, have I done some fucked up, stupid ass shit. And you know it's fucked up because Bitcoin will actually pull back and dump a tiny little bit, and like all these altcoins will fucking make new all-time highs. And you're sitting there thinking, what the fuck? And that's literally the definition of altcoin season. So just kind of think about the medium and higher time frame stuff that we've been talking about, and ultimately what our goal is in the next, 6 weeks or whenever September rate cuts are, if there is a rate cut. But yeah, but I'm rooting for you, and I think I can understand why you shorted ETH, and I think you can put your stop loss at break even, right, Latisse? And I think it's about to get hit. All right, I actually need to work with Houston on a couple of things, so we're gonna go straight to the away mode. Stay safe. Maybe a little bit later tonight, I might pop back in and we can do like a KIMBA after dark. But I'm working on some really cool things for you guys, so most likely I'll just lock in and focus on that. All right. Can I get a cut, Joy? Hey, CME is coming back in 33 minutes. Gaffil, but not hours, chat. Love you guys. Stay safe. Can I get a cut?